Hello, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Busola Jegede, and I want to talk briefly about parenting the boy child. Now, an American motivational speaker called Dennis Waitley, he said the greatest gifts that you can give your children are the roots of responsibility and the wings of independence. So there's got to be a balance between making a boy child to be responsible as well as making him independent and creative. The boy child in this particular era that we're in has been so bombarded with such a high expectation, and there is actually like zero tolerance for failure. Yet, this boy child, or a lot of these boys, are seemingly overlooked in certain areas that is crucial, and many of them actually face a dilemma when they get to certain crossroads in life. Now, the general notion is that the girl child is disadvantaged. So, a lot of attention is being given to girls in entrepreneurial skills, in bringing them up in the home, while, like I said, the boys are left to just watch video games where they come from advantaged homes, or boys are just left to figure out a lot of things themselves. So the boy child has been neglected because many think they are tough, they are strong, and that they are naturally advantaged. Parenting the boy child successfully will birth a family that is very strong in its core and a society that has a strong core as well. And so it's important that we raise young men with a sense of responsibility, with resilience, and a sense of purpose. This is needed in building a strong society. Now, we must all agree that there is already a generational shift in our values. These days, young men are more focused on making money, whichever way. And for the older generation, many of us were brought up with good values. Many men were brought up with good values because the family structure was strong, even religious. The religious structures were very strong. Muslims or Christians, people made sure that they took their children to church or to the mosque. But that is being watered down right now. And so it's important for us to parent the boy child with high moral values. And we're talking about respect, integrity, we're talking about honesty, we're talking about excellence, sincerity. It's important for the male child to also have a male figure to look up to, even as he's growing up. And the natural person is the father. And so, if the father is absent, in the case of single mothers, there's got to be somebody to fill that gap. Otherwise, where you have a boy growing up without a father figure, maybe he's looking up to a music artist or something, that child will not grow up balanced. There is also the need to bring up the boy child to be emotionally resilient. And this is very important because we should allow them to express their emotions. Many times, when boys express their emotions, they are seen as being weak. This is wrong. We must know that children have different personalities. Personally, I have 3 biological sons. I don't have a daughter. And I can see that these 3 boys are different emotionally. Some boys can be emotionally strong. Some can be emotionally sensitive. Some can be deep thinkers. And some can be self-assured. And so we shouldn't just think because you're a boy, you're supposed to be strong. It's important we know as parents what kind of personality that our sons are. And we shouldn't term them as weak if we find out that our boys are introverted or they are soft. They may be soft, but some are actually, like we say, some are passively aggressive. They may be passive, but they may be aggressive. You see, parenting the boy child effectively needs every parent to bring up that boy with a sense of responsibility that when you grow up, you're going to pay school fees. You're going to take care of your family. It is your responsibility. Because these men and women were created by God for different roles, complementary roles, different, but the boys must be made to know that this is a manly responsibility. Your wife can help out, but you have the responsibility. And also, we need to bring up our boys to be loving in their marriage. Because this is a big area that we don't address even as parents. We must prepare them for successful marriages. Lastly, I want to talk about sexual awareness. And this is something that is very big with my husband. He made sure that he sat our boys down. Let us let our boys respect women. Very important. Sexual awareness. We must tell them that when a woman says no, she means no. Because a lot of boys are in big trouble for rape because they thought that probably when the woman says no, she means yes. And even in some societies, this is a big deal. Also, we should let them know there are certain age limits that they shouldn't cross, they shouldn't trespass, especially when they're in foreign countries, so that they will not be termed to be pedophiles or somebody going after people who are underage. It's important that we let them know these things, that they are important, because as they are growing up, their hormones are also working, going helter-skelter, and we need to give them that sexual orientation and awareness. It's very, very important for every parent, especially when you're raising the boy child, to know that destiny is in your hands. Mold it well. Thank you. God bless.